We are live on location at Nebraska Crossing in Gretna, celebrating the open of the brand new Lego store. Lego opened yesterday, and today is day 2, but you wouldn't know it. You would think it was day 1 because there is some excitement here. A lot of people queued up wanting to be the first ones inside the doors when they open at 10 o'clock, so not that long from now. We have with us Rod Yates, owner of Nebraska Crossing, along with Johanna Boston. Johanna, what do we call you here other than Jane of all trades and doer of everything?
I don't know. That's good.
Instigator.
Yeah, that I've been called that.
Well, so you guys, let's talk a little bit of behind the scenes. What does it take to get these big international retailers? You've got a lot of them out here, Rod, but give us lift the curtain a little bit and tell us what you can about how the negotiations with tenants like Lego happen.
Well, it was 3 years, just so you know that. So that's a long lead time to get a deal done. And I think the advantage we have, Jeff and Trenton, in securing a deal like Lego is we use data as a leasing tool. And so with everything we've learned over the 12-year history of Nebraska Crossing, we've collected a massive amount of data on the trade area. And so what we were able to show Lego is that we had 90,000 customers in our ecosystem that had either shopped a Lego store or shopped Lego.com. And so that usually doesn't happen from a landlord perspective. So we really use our data as a leasing tool. And I tell you what, that's how we secured Lego. And it'll be the only Lego in the state, and I think that's a massive win for us, and we're going to draw from all over.
How big's the store?
3,500 square feet.
Is it big enough?
Probably
I
not.
doubt it.
What I like about something like a Lego store, whether it's gift for kids or adults or whatever you have, there's something for everyone. Where it's not like you have to spend $500 when you go into a store like that, but you can. There's price points for everybody.
Yeah.
Price points for everyone, and again, the appeal is from young kids to adults, and you'd be surprised how many different people are out here that may have never been here before. So it brings a great demographic into Nebraska.
I think Johanna, as well as to Trenton and Jeff's point, I mean that store pro forma $10 million. That's a big number out of a 3,500 square foot store. What's the average transaction, Johanna? $250 or so?
Yeah, and yesterday it was, I think, a lot higher than that.
Yeah.
There were a lot of big yellow bags.
What's
walking
unique
around.
about this store that people may not know is there? Can you order like unique models or something like that?
They have what they have in their retail stores. I'm sure that if they don't have it in stock, it can be shipped to you or to the store. But it's all about experience. So they're going to have everything in this store that they would have in any, one of their retail locations in 140 countries and 800 retail locations that they do have.
And if you come out today, there's a tent that is on the other side of the store, and they're making models and things like that. So there's a lot of interactive areas today.
Yeah, we have a group out. It's called Low Lug, and they're from Lincoln and Omaha, and they are brickheads from our state, and it's awesome. They have these great models that you can come out and see. And then we also have this huge life-size, actually bigger than life-size, mural that is all based on Nebraska. It was designed by the Lego Creative Group, and it's a mystery mural. We know what it looks like, but it has all these things from across the state that are important in Nebraska, and everybody can get a brick and lay a brick in the actual mural. And then we're going to display this mural. It's 15 feet high by maybe 30 feet long. It's going to be in our center, so it's pretty cool.
Okay, so very cool stuff. Grand opening, Lego here in Nebraska Crossing. Rod Yates, what are some other new tenants or retailers or restaurants we might be seeing here in the mall soon?
Yeah, great question, Jeff. As you know, Jeff and Trenton, the key to any great mall is you're constantly re-merchandising. And we every year want to always be bringing in a handful of new brands that are unique to the market. I think that's always going to be our strength, is we're going to look for the market first, market only brands, i.e. like Lego. The next brand you're going to see open is Paradise Bakery. We partnered up with John to come in and really take over our food and beverage at Nebraska Crossing and be a big part of all the anchor new opportunities, our anchors we're bringing into the development. But food and beverage is going to be a big part of our deal here, and we're really happy to have Paradise Bakery with a drive-through coming in. I think John will have that open next month. So that'll be a big new win for us. I know Pandora Jewelry is going to come in and build in our development. They should be open in the springtime. And then the next brand after that will be Ariat. If you guys haven't seen that brand, that's phenomenal. They'll come to Nebraska and build one store. The closest store, I think, is Dallas, Johanna, maybe. But that'll be a great 8,000 square foot store that we'll bring into the development and be very unique to the market. So Offline by Area is coming in. They're starting construction here fairly soon. That'll be another new to market brand. And then the folks down in Kearney, the Buckle guys, have been pursuing us pretty hard to get a store in here. So we're trying to find them a home in the development. Dennis Nelson's a great guy. We'd love to have him in the development. So we're working with them to be part of that.
And since we were on with you guys last, we opened the Crocs store, and we just opened Hey Dude, and then Jamba Juice came in as well. So I just wanted to kind of give them a shout out.
You've got to get a Croc furniture store. Have you seen that?
I have not, but
Check out
do you
Croc
have
furniture,
a Croc
outdoor-
couch?
No, but they make individual chairs and
got a
couches.
Croc or something.
A lot of outdoor patio furniture. It's pretty wild.
That's cool.
If you're into Croc,
Listen, I mean, if you walk around anywhere, whether you're in an airport or out at our mall, you look down, people are wearing Crocs. Adults, kids, you name
hand in
it.
hand with Lego, right?
They do.
All I know is that Jamba Juice store is like a beacon because Trenton arrived here on property today.
He went
and
right there.
He made a beeline. They always say the quickest way between 2 points is a straight line.
Yeah.
Dang, Trenton.
yeah, it's
How is it?
I got the peanut butter mood, and whenever I see in an airport or whatever, now I can do it here, and get my Jamba on.
So, Rod, you mentioned food and beverage, and you mentioned the name John. We have with us John Skrakus. And John, why don't you talk a little bit about what you're going to be doing here out at Nebraska Crossing when it comes to food and beverage?
Yeah, sure, Jeff. Great to be on with you guys. Excited to be out here. As we all know, food and beverage is huge in a development like this. People come to shop, obviously, but people need to eat. And we want to give them plenty of options to eat. And there are plenty of options to eat here now, but I think we can elevate what we're doing out here. Yep. And that's why I came on board to work with Rod and Johanna and Jen. It's exciting. Paradise Bakery is a brand that's been around 17 years, and it's popular. We only have one location, and we're going to move it from Village Point to Nebraska Crossing. And it'll give people an option out here, a healthy option. And we have great product, and I think it'll do well out here.
So where in the mall will Paradise Bakery be opening?
It's going to be on the west end of the mall, across from Ulta.
Okay.
It'll have a drive-through. It'll be Paradise Bakery 2.0. We're gonna just elevate the product. Same great product, but we're gonna add some bakery items, great drinks, coffee. Obviously, with the drive-through, that gives us another added benefit to having a drive-through out here.
And when do we think that's going to open?
Hopefully next month or early November.
Okay, early November. Now, John, Rod, Johanna, something in my life has suddenly changed because sitting in front of me is a very colorful looking bowl of delicious treats from Jamba. What is this?
That's an acai bowl. So,
my gosh, it looks great.
Where have you been living that you haven't seen one of these before?
I've had an acai.
An acai is described as what type of fruit?
So it's an acai bowl.
It's a berry.
So it's a berry.
Okay, and it's like
it's a superfood.
Yeah, it's a superfood. Go
There's
ahead.
a hell of a lot more in here than just acai, though.
It's blended. It has some granola in it. You have huge blueberries, strawberries, some coconut cream on top, and then it looks like almond butter all over it. So it's pretty tasty looking. I'm not going to try and eat and get seeds in my teeth while we're on the radio this morning.
Pretty impressive.
They're great. They're great.
So, Rod, let's talk a little bit about, because you've been in the news a great deal the last year or two talking about the whole concept of the Good Life District. And there's been action in the Nebraska legislature. When we hear about the Good Life District, we're hearing big numbers of acres, big numbers of dollars, and you have mentioned some very impressive brands. So people are quite curious about the Good Life District. We can talk about that a little bit. Where are we with it? I guess maybe first give us kind of a 30,000-foot overview of what you envision with this Good Life District. Then we'll get into how it's coming along.
Yeah, let's just talk about real quick why the Good Life District was created. And really what Senator Linehan and Governor Pillen were looking for with the Good Life bill was basically to do three things. Bring a lot of new tourism into Nebraska, bring a lot of new industry into Nebraska, and bring a lot of new brands in Nebraska. New to market retail is an example, or new to market industry. And so that was really the purpose of it. So what we've done is we really hit the road hard looking at what kind of industries we could bring here. Who do we want to anchor this development? Obviously, we got 85 great global and national brands in the mall, but what industry can we build around this? And we chose to go the direction of youth sports. If you guys have followed youth sports, it's a $30 billion industry today. It's on its way to being a $60 billion industry in the next 6 years. And so what we've seen as the opportunity is that we can create in Nebraska the Disneyland version of youth sports. And so to do that, we went around and started talking to a whole bunch of experts in youth sports, a whole bunch of industry in youth sports. Actually, the largest soccer team in the world, that's the Dallas Cowboys of soccer, is building 3 sports academies in the United States, East Coast, West Coast, and Midwest. We're going to build them here. So we're going to have a big soccer academy be part of this, and then we're complementing that with other youth sports. But if you're in Nebraska and you're really looking to draw a lot of tourism, we don't have oceans, we don't have mountains.
Let's take a break, Jeff.
We think youth sports is the perfect opportunity for us to capitalize. So how's it all turned out over the last year? We're up to 4,500 acres of demand. We actually have users for 4,500 acres, Jeff, to make this an iconic destination development that hits on all Senator Linehan and Governor Pillen's goals for this. I think we're going to be over 20 million visitors a year, probably $2.5 billion in retail sales. People coming from all across the world. Once we announce all the brands that are going to be part of the youth sports, it's going to be amazing what's going on here.
Well, we are live on location here in Nebraska Crossing in beautiful Gretna. We are celebrating the grand opening of Lego, the first and only Lego store in Nebraska. They opened the doors today in 19 minutes, and there's a line of people counting those 19 minutes down because they want to be the first ones in here for day 2 of the Lego store. Rod Yates, we were talking with you before the news about the Good Life District and all of that, and you kind of gave us an overview about what it is and how big it's getting. Where are we in the Good Life District development progress? I mean, there's a lot that needs to happen before this stuff's coming out of the ground.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, we're very thankful, excuse me, that we have some very community-obsessed people behind this project. Governor Pillen, Senator Linehan, Mike Hilgers, Casey Billetts, the KC Economic Development Director. I mean, they're just community-obsessed, phenomenal people. That's the way you make a project like this happen, because it takes a ton of work. And so our perspective is that we're going to focus a lot on youth sports, professional sports, and Olympic sports. That's going to be our kind of 3 anchors that are going to hit all the goals that we set for it. And so our goal here is to have this all wrapped up and ready to go right at the beginning of the new year, so we can start finishing all our land acquisition, start working on our infrastructure, and start getting brands open in 2027. So we're about 2 years away before you start seeing the first brands that are opening here. A lot of new to market, like we talked about, but sports is going to be our leader here. We're going to drive a lot of sports unique to Nebraska. That's going to make this the Disneyland of sports.
What do you think the first phase of the new stuff is coming?
Youth sports. It's going to be youth sports for sure. That can move really, really fast.
Indoor, outdoor fields?
Both. We're going to have both. I know one thing we have to do is build a 400,000 square foot volleyball facility. That's going to be a big part of the development. And then we've talked about Olympic volleyball. That's a 240,000 square foot facility. We have our follow-up meeting with the NHL coming up this fall, where we go there and announce how we're going to finance a $1 billion arena with them. So a lot of unique opportunity here. A lot of just new to market things that are going to make Nebraska a very big tourist industry here.
Without getting too far into the weeds on something that's probably quite complicated, how do you go about financing a multi-billion-dollar project like this?
Yeah, a lot of what we're doing here, there's some kind of unique things you can do to build. This is going to be a mega project, is what we kind of call it. And so we've got some unique people that are helping us finance it. Some of it will be some of our own equity. Some of it will be from a equity fund that's participating in the development that's going to put several billion into it. We'll do a little bit of traditional finance. And then I know we're financing the arena, the $1 billion arena, with green bonds. So we have a really sophisticated financing group that's doing all that for us. In total, we're up to $5 billion in costs, Jeff. And so it's no one traditional platform to do a project like this, but we figured that out about a year ago, how to do this, and it's all buttoned up and ready to go.
And so when you're attracting tens of thousands of people here every year, youth sports from all over, do you have dorms set up, housing, hotels, resorts? How do you do all that?
Yeah, so we'll have 20 different partners on the sports piece here. And they all have their different ideas of what we need from hospitality standpoint. As I understand from our meetings out in San Diego on Wednesday this week, they need about 4,500 hotel rooms in this location to really meet the demand that they're going to bring into Nebraska. So we'll have a bunch of hotels. We'll have some hybrid kind of dorm room stuff when we do the academy, because we're going to attract kids from all over to come and spend extended periods of time to participate in the academy. But one of the things that's going to really set this apart, that really attracted a lot of these different partners in the sports field, that we're going to rebrand the overall development to Big Ten Crossing. So Johanna and I have been working with the Big Ten Conference, that what's attractive to all these youth sports is recruiting, because the kids who come and participate in our youth sports is they want to know that they have the potential to earn a Division I scholarship someday. So one of the smart things that we did a while back was we met with the Big Ten executive team, and we started talking about the process to rebrand this whole 4,500 acre development.
And just to make sure, when you say rebrand, this will be called Big Ten Crossing and not Nebraska Crossing?
Correct.
Okay.
We will move on from Nebraska
Wow.
Crossing, and the whole 4,500 acres will be rebranded Big Ten Crossing.
Wow.
And there's some really, really smart people there at the Big Ten executive offices that we've had the fortunate opportunity to spend a lot of time with. And we're really thrilled to work on finishing that up and remaking how we brand the overall development.
When might that rebranding occur?
Next 30 days.
Holy cow, okay.
I'm going to repaint that water tower, Jeff.
Yeah, it's going to need a new logo.
You've got some unique street names I see. Can you talk about those?
Yeah, for sure. One of my fortunate trips that Johanna and I make 2 times a year is we go to the Nike World Headquarters out in Beaverton, Oregon. And if you've ever had a chance to see it, it's 400 acres. And basically what they did, they've got 12,000 employees working there. But what they did is they did a dedication to the Nike athletes, whether it's Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Mike Schmidt, et cetera, all the great Nike athletes. What we're going to do is we're working with Nike, and we're going to do a dedication to the Big Ten athlete and the Big Ten coaches. And so we're going to name streets. One of the examples, we're going to name one of the main thoroughfares, Drew Brees Way. We all know Drew, NFL Hall of Fame quarterback, soon to be Hall of Fame, but also Purdue quarterback All-American. So we're going to rename streets, buildings, trails, and different things. There's a creek that runs through our development called Buffalo Creek. We want to rebrand that Heisman Creek. We've got 18 Heisman Trophy winners in the Big Ten Conference that we want to do a dedication to those Heisman winners. So we're going to have roughly 30 to 40 miles of trails through the development that we'll be able to do a dedication to those Heisman winners.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.